Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, Mark Lee, and this is your boy.
Welcome to Rap Philosophy. It's your boy, Rap Philosophy, with my boy, Mark Lee.
Hey.
Podcast about hip-hop, music, news, and culture. We're about to get it, man. What episode, man? We're like in episode 8 right now, man. We're moving along, man. Even though we've been doing this for like mad long, bro. I don't even know why we set and restarted. This is like episode, like, 200, honestly, at this point.
Yeah, like, especially since before I came in.
So people seeing we're moving around different spots, trying to find the best location to shoot. But so we were speaking last week about Dave Chappelle. I don't want to get back into this.
Oh man, yo, they
done killed us in the yeah. I don't care.
They killed you.
I don't care.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
That's first of all some bullshit. Second of all, I don't want to get into it right now because it's controversial and we done already spoke about it. But
yeah,
someone said you ain't see it. But first of all,
you ain't see it.
First of all, I wasn't slamming Dave Chappelle. That's number one. Number two, we was only talking about likening the transgender issue to other disenfranchised communities.
If you haven't seen our take on it, go back and watch last week's take. It was a dope, spicy video, guys. But yeah, we were talking about just like comparing different struggles.
The thing is, so since someone did say that, I was like, you know what? Like, I never slammed Dave Chappelle, but I was like, let me watch. I actually watched the special. I watched the whole special. And I don't want to get too much into it, but after watching it, I do have to say that, like, I understood the I like, as I said last week, like, I understand transgender point of view, and I'm with that. I could see how they could take offense. Period. Point blank. Dave Chappelle, after watching it and seeing the whole special, I got more insight into his perspective. Not necessarily that I agree with the jokes or whatever, but I got insight, and I thought he was making a point. You know, I think Dave Chappelle, the problem with Dave Chappelle's comedy that people don't understand is, like, he's more like, he's making a grand, you know, point about a lot of things. It's his perspective. You might not agree with it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So I can see both sides.
And, like, my thing is, like, Dave Chappelle pushes limits. That's what he does. Like, and my thing is, which is to one of his points, if you watch the Chappelle Show and the racial jokes were good to you, and the disabled jokes were good to you, and the crackhead jokes were good to you, then these jokes, these trans jokes, should also be good. But
they can't be good. Yeah, they're not good.
If you laughed at them, then you should laugh.
I didn't laugh at a lot of it. Some of this shit was ugly.
I laughed at a lot of it.
You saw the whole special?
I saw the whole special.
You know what about when he talked about being molested? I don't know what we can talk about on YouTube anymore, but I don't know if we can, like, raise up the volume on my side, but if not, it's cool. Like, if you remember what he said about being molested and how he liked it?
Yeah.
The joke about that?
Yeah, that was funny.
I did. That. Yo. So we made a big mistake by watching this with some family member.
Oh, no.
So we got ugly, bro. Dave Chappelle caused some havoc in my home last night. We were arguing.
Yeah, man. Like,
we were arguing.
He pushes limits. Like, he pushes limits. That's his thing. But, yeah, so... Let's if you want to move on to something else.
Let's move on. So your boy, speaking of this whole, like, this was crazy, is that Dave Chappelle apparently had some issues with the LGBT community and then the transgender community. Speaking of that, talk about Boosie and Nas X. Lil Nas. Yo. So apparently, like, Lil Nas X's dad got involved.
What?
It was like his dad got involved, bro. I was like, Boosie, shut the
Yo,
that's my boy.
You know.
Well, hold on before you go. You want me to cue up what was said?
Yeah. Like, cue up what he was saying.
So here's the deal, right? So Boosie Badass response to Lil Nas backlash, right? So basically, Boosie. So people, you know, Boosie's been having comments about Lil Nas X as being gay, blah blah, and him kind of being very vocal about that being wrong in the hip hop community, in the black community, or whatever. If y'all think the whole world hate me, y'all tripping. I have international love and respect for how I am and what I stand for. And never forget, there's a ghetto in every city, state, country who rock with Boosie. So just like they try to cancel Dave Chappelle, Boosie, after he made his statements, I don't get the original statements. They try to cancel Boosie. Boosie's like, I'm well known. Y'all can't cancel me. You know? But what happened was, let me see if we can play this.
Shit fire, ain't even lie for it. Goddamn, sound little Boosie finna come out. Sound Lil Boosie finna come out.
I think he's just trying to say, I think he just said bullshit. But so he said, stop trolling me. Now, did he say F? And is that?
Yeah, he said the gay slur.
You a whole bitch playing with a gangster. Shaking my head. You can keep sucking and getting in your damn.
Yeah.
Peace. And you hate yourself. Hashtag. I would too if I was you, Lil Nas X. If you commit, I don't want to say, I don't know what YouTube, but if you gotta check this out in the video, you would do this world a huge favor. Nobody wants you here. Now it's fucked up.
Definitely
it's fucked up.
Definitely messed up.
Oh, we actually agree on this.
No.
We gotta argue though.
No. So it's
fucked up.
My thing is, when Boosie first started coming out about the Lil Nas X thing, I was on the side because the point about Dave Chappelle made the point that Dave Chappelle made about how nobody cares about black people as much as the LGBT community. Boosie was one of the first people that championed that argument.
Really?
He was one of the first people to make that argument. He was like, yo, like, black people are getting killed every day, but the LGBT community, their movement is progressing and ours isn't.
That was Dave Chappelle's argument too.
Yeah, but Boosie was one of the first people to
How
make that
you feel about that argument? Boosie said that argument? He was the first one.
He was one of the first people to make that argument.
To say they're progressing, why black community is not progressing as they are.
Yeah, their movement is progressing. Why are black people still getting killed? And I remember it was when Mike Tyson's daughter debated Boosie, right? When Mike Tyson's daughter debated Boosie, Boosie's daughter was just like, "Oh, do you know how many trans people are getting killed?" And Boosie was like, "Okay, well, do you know how many black people are getting killed?" So,
but why you got? Okay, I don't know when, but why does it have to be likened that way? Like, why do you have to be like, you know how many trans, you know how many black people getting killed? Like that's like not respecting their own issues. You don't have to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand that.
Well, so I get it.
You know how many trans, like, people got to deal with shit?
Because
like, there's a lot of mental health issues with transgender, with that.
And as much as people don't like to think about it, right? The mentality of being a trans person, that's not a choice. But the decision to transition, that is a choice. Being black isn't.
Do you want someone to speak about what it feels like to be black? Do you feel it's cool for someone white or anyone else to say, black people, being black, you have a choice to do this, and you don't really have a choice. You kind of. Do you feel it's okay for someone to speak on that? So that's a false equivalency. No. I didn't even make the equivalency yet. It is. Just tell me answer that first question. Where I'm going. Answer the question. Repeat the question again. Is it okay for a white person to say, black people feel X, Y, Z, and it's a choice for when black people go through this, it's a choice for that. Is it okay for a white person to talk like that? No. Okay. You're not transgender. I'm not transgender. Is it okay for us to say, it's transgender, their health issue, their mental mind state is this and it's that? Why are we okay with that? Why is that okay, but not okay everywhere else? It is okay, and here's why. It's a double standard. It is okay. It's not. It's not. It's a double standard.
Because there's a certain way, throughout history, there's a certain way that the world has looked on black people simply because of the color of their skin. Not because of anything that they've done.
Right, but we're not talking right now about the black struggle, right? We're talking about the transgender struggle.
Yeah, but
they have their plight. What is your? I have my plight. Like, different cultures have plights. Indians, Asians, for the coronavirus. We ain't talking about our plight right now. We're talking about the transgender plight. And let's
be real.
So why are we gotta say, oh, you fuck your plight? No, my plight. My plight has a problem. We're not saying F your plight.
We're saying give both plights the equal amount of attention and give them both the equal amount of movement. And it seems like the LGBT plight is progressing further in a shorter amount of time than the black plight.
LGBT community, and obviously this could be controversial. I was hearing in the comments. LGBT community has made more progression than the black community in America.
Yes.
Than Martin Luther King, Malcolm. Me.
Black people.
Hold up. Me, bro. Me. Not you. Me, both of us. Mm-hmm. But me included. I would not even be able to do anything I'm doing if it wasn't for Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. No minorities here. Right. Not only black, no minorities be able to do shit here.
And how long has that taken?
You're gonna tell me LGBT, with all respect to LGBT community, you're telling me LGBT community is making more progression than Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and all these people in this country?
How long is that taking?
It took a long ass.
George Floyd was just what? How long ago?
It took a long ass time. Bro.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. George Floyd was just a couple. Was what? Last year.
How long it took LGBT community to get some respect on their name,
bro? And like that's my. And another point is, if you as soon as you say something about any LGBT, any person of LGBT, they're getting you out of here. They're getting you out of here.
I don't like that kind of shit, to be honest with you. Same thing with Dave Chappelle. I like Dave Chappelle. I don't mind Boosie, whatever bullshit. It's not personal. I don't think that's a cool comment to make. You should get the fuck up on it. If you're making a comment and they don't like your comment, they have a right to stand. Just like you have a right to, just like me and you. Y'all don't like my culture, you don't like my race, I'm gonna stand for it. They have a right to do that too.
They do.
But why are we saying and y'all can't?
No, we're not saying that. We're not saying that they can't. We're not saying that they can't. But we're saying, like I said, we're saying that both movements don't get the same amount. Like police brutality. Like, yo, black people, there's black people that are still poor and disenfranchised out here. Of course. There's still food deserts in the hood. There's still liquor stores right next to, there's the liquor stores right next to public schools. Like, the black plight, we're still back here while they're progressing. And let's be real, the majority of the LGBT community are what? They're white men.
See,
they're white men.
We need to have like, I want to have transgender on the show, you know, just to talk about this issue, because
if
like
the LGBT movement wasn't majority white, nobody would care.
So Lil Nas X's dad said to him, how the hell you're a gangster? He take it up for his son. How the hell you're a gangster rapper promoting drugs, gun violence, degrading women, and getting high every video talking about you're for the kids, man. Sit your old man looking ass down. The game has passed you. We real bankhead over here, not like the guy who claims it. Lil Nas X's dad. Lil Nas Boosie responded, don't get mad at me because your son came out like that. I know it hurts.
Okay, I like that. That was funny.
You like that?
That was funny. That was funny.
Yo, they go head to head with this shit.
That was funny.
You think it's cool that Lil Nas X's dad took off for him, bro? Like, you in the playground, you fighting with dudes, your dad come out of nowhere. Don't talk to my son like that.
I mean,
like, yo, dad, chill right now.
Lil Nas is an adult, but at the same time, Boosie is much older. So I guess his dad, who's roughly the same age as Boosie, just like, yo, what you doing talking about my son, XYZ, yada yada yada. So like, I think it's the fatherly thing to want to do to come out and protect your son.
I don't agree necessarily like with the way Boosie's approaching this, right? But
Me either.
Right? But there is something to it. I have nothing against, you know, the gay community, transgender community. People have a right to that, whatever, bro. Like, people have to have some freedom in doing what the hell they want to do. But there is something here with, like, when I saw the whole Dave Chappelle special, like, I was mad at him because I don't like, you know, he was triggering the transgender community. But I saw the whole special and I understood his kind of perspective. And I feel like Boosie's kind of doing that. I feel like just like we need to give people freedom of speech, transgender community, we need to give people like Boosie. We can't also cancel him. Like, y'all want to believe what y'all believe. Boosie's saying, no, I don't believe that. And he's coming out vocal about it. We can't cancel. It's not fair to cancel Dave Chappelle and him to be like, y'all don't like this.
My only problem with Boosie is just that he's too old to be debating. Like, he should be past this. Like, he should obviously see that Lil Nas is a troll. He should see that Nas is a troll. Like, Nas just wants to get a reaction out of him. He's too old to still be making these comments. Like, he sounds hurt. Like, he's like, you call him all these names and XYZ. Like, come on, Boosie. Like, you're too old. Like, you're too old to not see what this is and to let it get to you.
All right, man, let's move on. That's been, we you know, but I'll tell you something I'm being real hurt about. Is my boy NBA Youngboy going to jail. I could have sworn, maybe I got my sources wrong, but isn't he on house arrest? I heard. So it says that he was released.
Yeah.
You know, with a bunch of stipulations.
Yeah.
It'll happen. I don't know if there's a mad list, but actually we could play
He
this.
Can't travel. All his guests have to be clear. It's crazy.
About 15 minutes ago.
Youngboy gets a bond. He's going to get out about 15 minutes ago at 3:50 Louisiana time. Judge Shelley Dick of the Middle District of Louisiana granted NBA Youngboy a bond for the duration of his trial. There are certain conditions. He's going to be restricted to a residence in Utah. He's going to have ankle monitoring on. He cannot leave that residence for any purpose. Nobody can stay at that residence with him except for his family. There are limits on visitors. Only 3 visitors may be allowed at a time. Obviously, there are all visitors must be approved either by the judge or pre-trial. There's obviously a series of other restrictions like no guns, no drugs, got to subject yourself to drug testing. One of the key issues that the judge looked at in granting this bond was that the first time she had looked at it, the government presented evidence that an LAPD report that this guy was running from cops doing 80, 90 miles per hour. In fact, the real testimony came out. The cop who apprehended him, he was doing 45 miles an hour. The judge looked at that. Other factors, NBA Youngboy gets a bond. He's going to...
So they said all the talk when he first got arrested, I know we spoke about this a little last week, but the fact that he's being released was like, he was running, it was all over the news. He was running from the cops doing 80 miles per hour. That's what the word was. So they had to take him down and they had to arrest him. And then they're saying now that he was doing 45. I don't know if that makes a difference, but Dave Chappelle was talking about this in the special. He was making jokes about, like, he was telling his way about how, like, you just call the police, right? It don't matter, like, what, if there's a bunch of black people fighting, it doesn't matter who's right or wrong. Don't bring the cops because they don't care.
They don't.
So it's like, I'm seeing that in this. It's like they just like tried to get Youngboy, right? You know what I mean? Like it just put the highest. You
think they were trying to make an example out of him because he's NBA Youngboy?
I think so, because I can't understand, this issue, right? Youngboy, he's one of my favorite artists, by the way. We had this discussion. I know he's not like your necessary like cup of tea, but like Youngboy is one of my favorite artists, and his catalog is so big, and he's so young, bro. And I think for like a young black male to come out and do, doing his thing, I respect that. To go to jail over just some gun charges, like to have guns in your video, to be like one of the biggest artists, and to go to jail for having a gun in your video, I don't know. It's just stupid to me. It's stupid on his part and from society.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like it's stupid on his part too, because like as a black person, as a poor black person, once you're in the system, it's hard for you to get out. So like he has to do whatever he has to do to stay on the straight and narrow, which he should have been smarter for his decisions.
Yeah.
Because yes, them trying to make an example out of him just for having guns in his video like every other rapper. Yeah, sure, that's petty. That's petty on this judge's part. But at the same time, they can't catch you with nothing that you don't have.
Yeah. And we talked about this already last week. I don't know why they have this stuff. I mean, I don't know. But, I forgot who was talking about this. Like, it's like, without the guns in some of these rap videos, though, it's not the same. It gets views. Soulja Boy was talking about that. He said when he got arrested, it was on Academics Off the Record podcast. He said when he got arrested, they basically told him, you can't show no guns. You can't talk about nothing about anything in your Instagram clips. So he said my views just like tanked because I just couldn't show guns no more. So there's something, right, to hip hop that if you take away that street element, is it the same?
Yeah. So yeah, that causes a bigger question in hip hop of whether or not, what message do we want to portray and give out there now? Like what do we want to give our attention to as the hip hop community?
You know, Youngboy dropped like 4 or 5 albums in 2020. It's insane.
That's wild.
It's like it was like 4 albums, I think.
I would say that's work ethic, but knowing Youngboy, there's no real work in his music.
Yo, if you don't stop right now, bro, if you don't stop,
they probably are all full of trap beats that all sound the exact same.
Did you ever hear? Did you ever listen to Youngboy?
Yeah, I listened to him with you a bunch of times.
Is there Spotify on this thing right now? We're about to play some Youngboy. Okay. Oh yeah, right. Yo, let me play you some Youngboy. Let me play you Youngboy. Something that you actually are gonna make sure that I know that you're not gonna like. Should we do a reaction on Youngboy? Nah, let's keep going. Let's get back to this. Get back to this later.
Yeah.
All right. Let's keep going. All right. So speaking of like growing up as a young black male, Shaq. Do you know what he said, Shaquille O'Neal, about his kids? His comments. So Shaquille O'Neal, he was in an interview, and we all know Shaq. And I forgot what the interview said, but he said, "We ain't rich. I'm rich." So
you know, my kids are older now, and they're kind of upset with me. Not really upset, but they don't understand. Because I tell them all the time, we ain't rich. I'm rich. Yeah, we don't. No, you got to have bachelors or masters, and then if you want me to invest in one of your companies, you're gonna have to present it. Boom, boom, boom. Bring it to me. I'll let you know. I'm not giving you nothing. The girls, I'll take care of the girl, but my boys, oh, they're not getting
that's
nothing.
a double standard.
Do you see the entrepreneurial spirit in your children? I know some of the boys are playing basketball. Do you see that spirit in them?
Yeah, I do, but I try to let them figure it out. You know, listen, it's one rule, education. I don't care if you play basketball. I don't care about none of that. Because, listen, I got 6 kids. I would like a doctor, somebody that owns a hedge fund, a pharmacist, a lawyer, someone that owns multiple businesses.
What you think about that?
I agree.
Shaq not sharing the wealth with his kids?
He's not saying he's not sharing the wealth with his kids. He's saying
he's saying that.
He's just saying he's not just going to give you his money.
What does he want, bro?
He wants them to work. He wants them to be productive adults. He just doesn't. Speaking of, he doesn't want his kids to be like Michael Jackson's kids, where they just living off his name.
We about to get canceled.
We about to get canceled.
Yo, the Mike Jack video, bro. You know, bro, all the Mike Jack fans.
He's like, no, I don't want you to just be Shaq's kids. I want you to be a pharmacist. I want you to be a doctor. I want you to be an out.
Isn't that
I
a bit
want you to be
selfish,
someone. No.
What do you mean? For what? Let the kids do whatever they want to do.
Nah, see, cause then that's gonna breed them just being reliant on him.
So if your dad,
right,
was Shaq, or your dad was whatever, it doesn't have to be Shaq, but he had, a few, like $50 million in the bank,
right?
You wouldn't want him to just like hook you up.
Nah,
you're good, Mark. He's a cool mill. Just take it.
Nah, no? Like me being the person I am, I would knowing my dad has money. I would want him to invest in me, and I would want to earn that. I would want to earn it. I don't want him to just give it to me without working for it. I would want to create a business plan. Yo, this is how you're gonna recoup your money.
What if he thinks? What if you come up? What are you really passionate about?
Music.
Okay, so let's say you come up with a music business plan. Your dad is Shaquille O'Neal. You go up to him and say, "I got this music business plan. Here's my plan. You know what I mean? I love this music thing." He says, "Man, that's a bullshit plan. I ain't giving you nothing for that."
I'll go back to the drawing board and develop a better plan, or find somebody else.
And your dad has the money?
Yeah. Because like you said, I didn't work for that money. Like this is what
I agree with this.
So and like not saying that you said this, but I hate when people tell people what to do with their money. Like you didn't work for this. Like you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Like,
but your children, your legacy,
yes.
What you working for though, Shaq? What are you working for?
So
yourself, just you. You make that money for you?
So their past doesn't have to be like him. Actually, he's from Newark. Shout out to Shaq. Shout out to Brick City. So he doesn't. So they don't have to go through the same.
What are some of the terms for the nicknames for Newark?
Brick City. Yeah, that's just the main one. Brick City.
I thought there was a few more. Illtown. Oh, that's East. That's East Orange.
I think that's Elizabeth.
Chilltown, JC.
Yeah.
Illtown.
Yeah, I think the main one is Brick City. I don't know. There's different neighborhoods like this. Lil Bricks in Newark. There's like Ironbound. There's a bunch of different like nicknames inside of Newark.
Yeah.
But
back to Shaq.
like he doesn't want them to grow up like he did, and they didn't grow up like he did. But that doesn't mean he just wants them to be lazy and just dependent on him either.
I don't know, man. Something about it doesn't sit right with me. I understand it, like, yeah, somewhat, but like, I feel like it's a little selfish, like, for you to completely, like. I mean, I get it. I get it. He wants him to do the thing. He wants him to go to school. You know. I mean, what else can you do? I guess if you're him and you have all that money, you can't just give it out either. You know.
Because like, what if he loses his money? Then what?
Okay, but do you think other races do that? That's my question to you. Right? Shaquille O'Neal saying, "Oh, I ain't giving you nothing." You think if it's like a white family, and dad has that wealth, he's not just hitting off his kids and sharing it and make sure they're good, regardless of whether they become whatever, do whatever. He's not making sure that they're just good.
Yeah, but then that's how you get like.
That's how you gotta keep the legacy.
Paris in I think Paris Hilton and her sister they just make money off of being socialites and partying. Like, but
it works. But I look at the Kardashians, right? Like, what if like the Kardashian dad was like, "Oh, I didn't give you nothing. Like, go to school or something." Like they kind of got lit off. Well, I mean, not off the parents, but
I mean, they got lit off. They got lit off some.
Off some, yeah. I think everyone knows what that is.
I think everybody knows what that is.
Yo, your boy Kanye West drives me crazy with that, bro. Every time I be thinking, I be seeing clips of like Kim Kardashian and like all the dudes she was with. What do you think, yo? Sometimes I be like, yo, I can't believe this guy Kanye West, married this girl like that. Like, all right, so I'm gonna speak on my behalf. Like, I feel like, I don't know how you feel. I'm gonna ask you, when you marry a girl, you want to be with a girl. That girl is not she can't be for the streets. She can't be for the streets. Like, that girl you're gonna bring home, you want to marry, it's different. But so when I see Kanye, and it's just like, I feel like Kim Kardashian was, at the time, was for the show. How did he get, like, how? Like, it doesn't, what do you think about that?
Maybe, I don't know, because, like, of course, like, we don't know how they were. Maybe they could have clicked on it on a different level. Yeah. Maybe they could have, I don't know. Maybe she saw something in him that made her say like, "Oh, I'm done with the streets."
You think it's okay for a guy to be like messing around and the girl not like do you think like people look at like women when they mess around like that they're worse than when they see like guys hoeing around or messing around?
You talking about like body count?
No, like just cheating and like being with like if a dude is with like a lot of girls and cheating and stuff like that. Like, is it looked upon the same way? Like, do people look at women the same way that they look at men when they cheat, and stuff like that?
No, they don't, because so as men, we're taught to go after the women, right? Mm-hmm. So that means if a guy was able to talk a bunch of women into sleeping with him, then that says a lot about him and his wit and his charm and his XYZ. But women, they get sought after. So if a woman has let a bunch of dudes like whatever, right? Then that says about her says a lot about her sexual irresponsibility.
Wait. So if a guy does it, it talks about his charm, but if a girl does it, it talks about her sexual irresponsibility.
Yeah, because men go after the woman. Women have to let you.
Okay.
Women have to let you.
So they let it.
Yeah.
So what makes them like any different, or men any different in that way?
Because we have to go after them.
So we're like,
we're the chasers.
So we put in more work?
Yeah, we put in more work. And women, they have to allow us. They have to allow us to be with them.
I could see that, but like, don't you think like girls who know how to play guys put in a lot of work? Or like a real slick, because some girls can be slick, bro. Like they put in work because there was a girl.
I mean, yeah, they manipulate. A lot of women are good at manipulation. Yeah,
I just saw a chick on, I think it was a No Jumper podcast. She was being interviewed or something like that, and she literally said, she's like a girl from the streets, bro. But she was just like, guys are business to me.
Oh yeah, you talking about like Blue Jasmine or something, right?
She said it's just a business. I get whatever I can from any motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Nah.
I was like, damn. And I said, I feel bad for the young, because I'm a little older, so I'm like, man, I can't, that stuff, I can see right through it. I mean, sometimes, but like, I feel bad for the young ones, man. They be looking at these girls, but these girls be slick, bro. They can play you, bro. Like, guys be thinking they're charming. She making you think that you're charming. That's because all.
She's like, yeah,
she making you think.
She's charming. She's manipulating her way into your pocket.
Yeah,
yeah. That's different.
That doesn't take like. what I'm saying is that you said for guys, he's with girls like charming, but that takes slickness too, man.
Yeah, it does.
It's not good.
I mean, but like, how much does it really take though? It takes a girl being pretty.
I don't know about that.
It takes a girl.
I think it's way more than that. It takes
a girl being pretty and a guy being dumb.
You ever speak to a girl like she's pretty, but then she opens her mouth, or like the way she speaks? Same thing for guys, bro.
But
sometimes a guy could be handsome or whatever, but then when he opens his mouth, the girl's like this.
But like
whatever.
That's not most dudes. Like most dudes, as long as the sex is on the brain, they'll put up with whatever.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Speaking of like men and women and how people portray them differently, I saw this like YG photo shoot with a woman, and I want to know what you thought about it from a male perspective, and also talk about maybe if we could discuss some of the female perspectives. So damn. So this is a YG photo shoot, right? And this caught my attention.
Of course it did.
It caught my attention, bro. I don't know if we consider this explicit or this okay. Apparently nowadays anything's okay, but to me, like the portrayal of like the girl on the floor on her knees, he's standing, like Mr. Man holding her like his like kind of not groin area but waist area. I don't know, man. Like what does this say about like the difference? Is this cool? Like, do we accept this? Like, is this a okay way to portray women?
I don't think that it's an okay way to portray women. But at the same time, we do know that a lot of women, a lot of the Instagram models, a lot of all the OnlyFans chicks, like they're willing to do whatever for the powerful man. Mm-hmm. Like there's like if I don't know if you listen to like No Jumper, mm-hmm. but like Adam 22, he talks all the time to chicks that like take like yacht parties to Dubai mm-hmm. to get like the most ridiculous and heinous things done to them.
Yeah, for
money.
So I used to when I was younger, I used to always like say when I see these kind of things, I say like, the way guys portray women, I feel like that's wrong against women. That's kind of like chauvinistic, But like the more I like started to see like, God, not that I necessarily agree with this, but it's just like sometimes I'm like maybe she knows what she's doing. Actually, more than what the guy knows what she's doing. Like maybe she's not seeing this as if she's being belittled or being used by the guy. Maybe she's seeing this like her way to get in, and she's using the guy. And like when I hear like the newer artists like Doja Cat and Megan Thee Stallion, and the way, bro, they talk like Doja Cat's like, I throw monies at like the girls nowadays, bro. 2021, bro, this shit doesn't change, bro. Doja Cat said, "I'm gonna throw you hundreds, and when you walk through, I want to see what you do for me."
That's a very special case about a woman that actually
Doja Cat is changing the game.
That's about a woman that actually has that to throw around.
Right. But it doesn't, what I'm saying, it doesn't have to be money. She might be using her body. You know what I'm saying? She might be using her body. And the way I looked at it is like, my question, of course, I would love to have women on to talk about this, but it's like, are we sexualizing her, or is she sexualizing her own body to her own benefit?
So I'll even take it a step further. So there's a lot of women, I don't believe this, but there's a lot of women that say that is empowering.
Right.
Because she's doing it herself.
Right. Exactly.
Like that. I think that's a bunch of BS. But
right, and that's what the discussion is. Like, this to me was provocative in one sense. It's like it to me, it's just been a big debate on my mind. Is like, is it belittling women, or is she empowering herself through this? It's a thin line. And the more I listen to like the Megan Thee Stallions and hearing the lyrics that they talk about, like, I'm like, I don't know, man. Maybe she's like I said, they know what they're doing. They think like using their body is empowering themselves against men in a way. Whereas, you know what I'm saying?
My thing is if it's empowering, then why don't the most powerful women in the world do things like that?
Well, maybe they have a different angle. They don't need to. Like, you use what you got. But you kind of use what you got, like, as a guy. All right, so like, say you have money, or you're charming, or you're psychologically manipulative, or you have something else of value. People use whatever they have. So is it that women of tremendous power or whatever don't use body, but it's because they have already something else they could use. They don't need to use the body. It's just like girls at the strip club. You know what I mean? Like, it's like using the body because I don't got money right now. So I'm gonna use the other assets.
So what is empowering? Is it the body or is it anything else that you have to offer? And if you have something else to offer, what is it about that makes this empowering?
Yeah. It's a lit photo though.
I mean, for him, yeah.
For her too. For her, it's not lit.
I mean, nah, I wouldn't. I mean, that's your opinion.
You know how many guys get? You know that there's a lot of rappers. This drives me crazy. I heard there's a lot of rappers that they want to get with the girl who's already been around, just to be like they want to have a taste of what that was like. That's like a thing.
That's crazy.
Like, I don't understand.
They want to have a taste of what the last dude.
Yes,
that's why.
Like, I forgot where this was, but they asked, like, I think it was even like, I don't know if it was Kevin. I don't remember who they asked. They were like, that girl that's been going around and like I think Cuban dolls like with this person, that person, or like, you know, like this girl's like going around from the music videos. They with this rapper, then they with this rapper, and then the question to the rapper was like, how are you okay with that? Like, what is it that like you want from that girl, knowing that she's been around? And then he said, I thought it was Kevin Gates, but don't question me. He said, that's the reason why you want it, because you want to have what that person had. That's how he described it.
So, in other words, like, you think if you have the same person, then you equate your self-value and self-worth to that other person that had that.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, I want to have that too. To be like, I had that too. So why I'm saying that, the reason why I brought that up is to say you said that to her, but it's like to her, she might be like, this is YG. See how I'm making him feel? You know what I mean? And that's empowering to her to be like, y'all want me too. You know, you got to work for it.
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me, I don't know. You remember like Chanel West Coast?
Yeah.
It reminds me of when she was talking about like her musical track record that nobody cared about.
I didn't remember that, but
like when she was like, oh, well, you know, if Charlamagne the God talks about me, then that must mean I'm just higher. She's like, Charlamagne the God talks about me on the Donkey of the Day, but he also talked about like Mariah Carey, so I might be the same level as them. Like, no,
nah,
you're Chanel West Coast.
You're Chanel West Coast. Stop it. So, you know, to transition a little bit from this, what do you think about all right, so you know what happened to Mac Miller, right? You know a little bit about the Mac Miller story? So, not to, like, this obviously was, what, 2017 or 18? What year was Mac Miller that it happened to you?
Oh, man, I can't remember. It's just been so long. Rest in peace, Mac.
Was Mac Miller not the GOAT, bro? Was Mac Miller not the GOAT? All right, rest in peace.
Yeah,
let's not
rest in peace.
Don't bring down his legacy right now.
No. If you're asking me, actually, no, yeah,
he was a GOAT.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay. I don't think he was a GOAT. He was great. I'm a big fan. Met him in person. Told him that in person. He's a big fan.
Word? You met him?
Yeah.
Wait, what was that like?
So
wait, how'd you meet Mac Miller?
So when I used to work at the airport, saw him at the airport in his entourage. He came up. I was at the ticket counter when I worked at TSA. He came up, asked him what it was like to kiss Ariana Grande. He bugged out. He was like, "Oh,
wait, that didn't buy him." That what was his reaction?
He was like, "Oh shit!" Like he started laughing.
Oh shit! I'm surprised he didn't take offense to that. He might have been, but he can't because you TSA at the time. He's like,
yeah, nah, he's cool. I was like, yeah, I'm a big fan. Best Day Ever was like one of my favorite Mac Miller mixtapes. Dope, but like, yeah, I love him. Don't think he was a GOAT.
I think Mac Miller,
he was on his way.
Mac Miller was one of the best to do it in the game, I think, like for what he was. But speaking of the situation, like we all know what happened at the time. Like he passed away. It was a drug overdose, and he was given some pills. And I remember, I think TMZ had interviewed the supplier, like I think a year ago, and I was like, why is this dude? I couldn't understand it. I was like, I couldn't understand like how he didn't get prosecuted in any type of way. He was the known supplier of that drug, and I was like, how is this like okay? Because you know, if it was any other like race, that shit they would have take him down real quick.
So I was just having this conversation with someone. Do you think so his the drugs were laced with fentanyl? Do you think Mac knew?
No.
How do you know that?
No, I don't know. I just don't think
you don't.
Why would he know? And if he did know, he would think it wasn't enough to kill him. Enough to enough. He would think it's like like someone gives you like a drug or whatever. Like, oh, this shit's lit. Like, oh, it has it. Don't worry, you're good. Blah blah. You know nothing about that. You kind of just want to.
But I mean, yeah. But at the same time, it's kind of like you're trying to find the right way to do the wrong thing.
Yeah, but that's the case. That's the case in life. You're always trying to find the right way to do the wrong thing.
Yeah, like he's trying to find,
bro.
He's trying to find the best way to do one of the worst things.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
Not really, no. So it's like in that you kind of can't guess with this. It's kind of like, yeah, if I'm taking this for fentanyl, taking whatever mixed with fentanyl, yada yada yada, it might not kill me. I'm hoping it doesn't, but there's no way 100% for sure.
But isn't that a crazy thing? The fact that I always wondered about, and I don't do anything honestly, and I always like wondered like how someone can go to that. I was talking about this with someone like how could you, like, knowing that this thing might kill you, like how could you even take the risk of that high? Like, how good is it? And that was the other person was saying that, like, yeah, that's the point, is that like you just want to do anything to get the high, and the fact of the danger behind it sometimes is what makes it exciting to people. It's kind of like, oh shit, like this could kill me, but probably won't. And that danger is what is so alluring. Makes it more exciting. I'm not saying about that Mac Miller, but like, yeah, that's your question.
By the way, I'm in no way or shape or form saying that he knowingly took drugs laced with fentanyl. I'm not saying that at all.
But you're posing the question. I mean, I think it's a valid question. Whether he did or same thing about what's his name? Lil Peep, had the same situation. He died of drug overdose too, and the almost same situation. He got some drugs from, I think it was actually a fan, one of the fans or someone who knew, or someone was trying to link up with him, and there was something going on. Same situation happened, and he just got unconscious. So do they know? I think someone like Mac Miller only knows, or whoever, again, I don't know, rest in peace. You only know what you're told about it. You took the risk. I think if you're doing drugs at all, you're taking a risk.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Right?
You have to.
If it's street.
Yeah, if it's not from a pharmacist, if it's from whatever dude that cut it up and chopped it and whatever, yeah, you're absolutely taking a risk.
So the question is, should the person who supplied those drugs get prosecuted?
I think they should. Because one, you're doing something illegal anyway. Like, you're not a pharmacist. Like,
now,
you're not a doctor.
Your question was, did Mac Miller know? Did the drug supplier know?
Yeah, but drugs. I mean, yeah.
Do you think
I don't
he
know.
knew?
I don't think he knew. Well, I don't know if he knew. I don't know.
The same question.
Then you would have to go up the chain. Who did he get it from, and who did they get it from?
Right. Exactly. So
then you got like Chase Bank getting caught bringing like drugs from overseas on their shipping containers. Like, who's that? Chase Bank. You know Chase? No. Yeah, Chase Bank.
Oh, Chase Bank. Yeah. Like, I thought it was like a rapper.
No. Chase.
Your boy Chase Bank.
No. Like actual Chase Bank. Their company got caught bringing cocaine over the border in shipping containers. Yeah, like Google this. Like,
are you serious?
Yes. Like it's a news.
It's a thing?
Yeah.
Damn. I got the Chase app. What do I do? Should I cancel that shit?
But yeah, man. So like prosecute all of them.
So it says the man prosecutors. So drug supplier pleads guilty to fentanyl charge. I guess he must, have known if he pled guilty. The man. What is this? The man prosecutors say supplied the deadly pills that killed Mac Miller has acknowledged wrongdoing, copping a plea deal that could see him behind bars for a long while. According to court docs obtained by TMZ, Stephen Walter entered a guilty plea with the feds on one count of disruption of fentanyl. The other drug-related charge, conspiracy to distribute a controlled substance, was dropped. Prosecutors allege Walter was the one who indirectly gave Mac's alleged dealer, Cameron James, deadly Percocet tablets that ended up causing Mac Miller to OD. As we reported, Petit hit up Walter, who then sent a runner to drop them off that fateful night. There's no maximum sentence. He could face more than 20 years in prison.
I heard. I think he did a plea deal for like 17.
17 years?
Yeah.
Damn, that's a lot.
Yeah. I mean,
that's a lot.
Dealing drugs.
Yeah, man. Listen, you want to play with fire, bro. I mean, I don't even know how people can get into that shit. What do you think about your girl Mulatto? You know about Mulatto? Remember we did a Mulatto reaction a while back?
My girl Mulatto.
We did a Mulatto reaction. I didn't even know who she was. This was way before.
So Mulatto.
This was before.
Girl.
This was before she even got in the double XL.
I think now she goes by Big Lotto.
That's how you know it. Yo, hit that like button, subscribe to Rap Philosophy. That's how you know we know what's up. We were down with Mulatto before she even made it.
Yeah, man. She came from nothing, rose up.
I thought she changed her name.
Yeah, she did.
What is it? Is it not Mulatto now?
It's Big Lotto.
Big Lotto.
Mulatto is technically a racial slur.
Is it a racial slur?
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Tell me about that racial slur.
So mulatto was basically a term to describe light-skinned black people, like light-skinned slaves, house slaves.
By who? By white? By the slave masters?
Yeah.
Huh. Why did she use that term originally then?
Because she would be technically by those terms, she'd be defined as mulatto.
Mm-hmm. We talked about this before, like, so it's kind of like, what does the black community think about her using that?
I mean, they told her they think it's derogatory. She shouldn't use it, which is why she changed it to Big Lotto.
She changed it to Big Lotto. Your girl, Big Lotto. All right, let's listen to this freestyle real quick.
We here to get it on
Queen of the South, let's get it. Hey, look, everything big except my body count. Still spinning rap game money, fuck bitches talking about. Told y'all I'm the biggest, statistics and lyrics match my mouth. Mona Scott can't pay $1 bill in my 4-story house. This pussy plain Jane, this pussy untouched. Y'all bitches passed around, bust down, ain't worth too much. This a skeleton AP, but me, I'm thick as fuck. How the hell I'm pescatarian in a lounge chart truck? But that's besides the fact. How you big but not the rest? How you big can't name a track? How you big can't hang a plaque? Bitches talking chains, they CEO bought, but go off. Got it out the mud, so hell yeah, I'ma show off.
Let's get 'em.
Bitch, stop playing with my pen, I been there since 16. The bitch mean, I'm pulling rap postcards like the vaccine. Y'all seen on the flat screen. I'm a rap bitch, bad dream. Right rapping scene, plus the looks, bitch, I'm a cash machine. Bitches taking shots, but they niggas chasing me. Got my doors unlocked in Hollywood, shout out to Jason Lee.
She said I pull hoes girls like the vaccine.
First of all, I don't think you. She was like, first of all, she said,
yo,
y'all talking about your change your CEO bought. You ain't bought them change. Your CEO bought them change.
Damn.
Oh my God.
Your girl Lotto. She independent or what? She bullshit. Damn. Bitches taking shots, but they dudes chasing me.
Yo, Big Lotto. She always been the truth. Yo, always had that pin game.
Lotto's lit. I remember when we first saw the first clip of her, I was like, yo, who's this chick, bro? She
always had it.
She did. I do think Doja Cat's the biggest right now. I've been saying that.
Biggest as far as like popularity, yes.
I've been saying before she got lit, I was like, yo, Doja Cat's gonna take off.
Doja Cat's crossed over. But like if you talking like hip hop and like Lotto, Tokyo Jets, Tokyo Vanity.
Oh, I don't even know those.
Oh man, yo,
we gotta react to some of that.
Tokyo Jets is one of my favorite female MCs of this new generation. Her and Big Lotto.
Rappers be like talking about a lot of shit, right? A lot of money. They're always talking about money and stuff like that, right? So, so NBA Youngboy's sister, she said, so his name Contrell Golden, who want Contrell jail slippers? Sell it to the highest bidder. She don't put
his jail slippers.
What do you think about that?
Somebody gonna buy him.
Would you let your sister sell your shit?
Yeah.
If you really just take them?
Yeah. especially if she in a rough spot, she needs some money. Yo, take these, and I know they're gonna be worth something. Take these, sell them.
That shit sounds disgusting though. His jail slippers. You think like girls gonna be going after that shit?
Probably.
All right. You remember we had this discussion about Jada and Will?
Oh man.
Yo, what's up with your girl Jada, bro? Why Will Smith accepting that for himself, bro? I can't take this no more. Yo, Will, you stand up, bro. Will's making he's portraying weakness right now.
So I think,
and we love Will. Sorry to cut you off. I just want to say, like, I always as a kid, right? Everyone, all of us, we look at Will as like that,
the Fresh Prince.
Fresh Prince, bro. Black excellence, strong character. And you see Jada ripping him apart, bro. Like, what the fuck, bro?
So I don't necessarily think she's ripping him apart. I think that's what the headline said. I think it got misinterpreted. But at the very least, my thing is, Will Smith ain't saying nothing.
He's not saying nothing.
He's not saying anything. He's just chilling.
Why?
Doing him. But Jada's out here just letting it all go.
She's just letting loose.
Letting it all go.
But when you're big or just in general, like giving away like intimate secrets makes the person feel weak, because there's like a level of like look at Jay-Z and Beyonce, right? Mm-hmm. There's a level of like mysteriousness around Jay-Z. We don't know, bro. He's so big, right? But we don't hear nothing. Beyonce was out there like, yo, Jay-Z, man, last night he was da-da-da-da, and yo, he got some weak game in the bed. You look at Jay-Z like, yo, what the fuck, Jay-Z, man? Get your shit together. But she's doing that to Will Smith, bro. We see Will Smith as like this big character.
I know a lot of it is because, like, I know I've heard him say in interviews that he doesn't want to he doesn't believe in divorce.
All right, let's play this real quick. It says here why it's hard to maintain a sexual
down and dirty in it. 26.
That's amazing. Oh, it's incredible.
It's really hard.
I know. I'm
I
sure.
mean, the thing that Will and I talk about a lot is the journey. I mean, we started in this at a very young age. 22 years old.
It's crazy.
That's why the accountability part really hit for me, because I think you expect your partner to know, especially when it comes to sex.
Right.
It's like, well, if you love me, you should know.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you love me,
you should be able to read my mind.
read my mind.
Yeah, so this is what I mean when the headline, that's what the headline says something different than the actual video. Mm-hmm. She never actually says, oh, Will's inadequate in the bedroom.
I mean, she is kind of saying that in a way. She's saying, if you love me, you should know. Like, just she's talking something about intimate shit, Like, in other words, if you love me, you should. I don't think she said anything directly.
She never. This is what I meant. Like, she never said it directly. Like, but she says, like, yo, sometimes when you're together this long, it's kind of, you got to spice it up sometimes.
Yeah. All right,
like,
man.
She never said that he was inadequate. No.
I think we talked about a lot. Oh, did you want to get to the college? We got to get to the college thing if you want to, and we'll do a reaction, a couple of reactions.
Yes, I mean, let's go for the college thing.
All right, let's talk about the college thing. So we got, I'll play a little bit of you. Tell me when to, I do want to do a reaction though. You want to give us a rundown? Or should I just start playing first?
Yeah, so basically it's the Joe Budden podcast, and they're basically talking about
why are you promoting Joe Budden podcast right now?
Hey, yo, they got good content.
Joe Budden's a GOAT.
Shout out to Joe Budden.
Shout out to Joe Budden. But shout out to Act. Shout out to Act. Shout out to Rory Amal too, bro.
Well, yeah, Rory Amal. They
yo,
do
shout out to Rory Amal, bro.
Man.
Yo, I don't care what Joe Budden said. Yo, shout out to Rory Amal, bro.
Shout out to Rory Amal, man.
Yo, they one of the best, bro. Honestly, ever since they left, I mean, all respect. I'm sure they all friends now at some point. But honestly, bro, I did not see that in them when they were on the Joe Budden podcast. And now I've been tuning in. I'm like, yo, these dudes lit, bro. Like, they're good.
Yeah, I listened to some of the episodes of the podcast, and it's dope.
I think it's dope. What did Joe Budden say about this?
So yeah, they're basically. First of all, I want to ask you.
Should I cue up something, or let's just go right into it?
Let's just go right into it.
Tell me, what's your question?
So basically, the whole video is pretty much them pondering the question of, is college worth it?
All right. If there's too long, but like if there's a particular clip I can play and I can say my perspective on it.
Let's just see what they at here.
So the private school's gonna tear your ass up. It might be a little more. 27. And that was 19.
That was 19. Yeah, 19, 20.
4 year.
And now the average degree is not a 4-year anymore. It's a 5. So you damn near spending $250 on the education, and that's where motherfuckers start talking about they be getting their ass kicked by their student loans when they get out of school. Because you just spent $250,000 on the education.
If I do that, you better guarantee me a job when I'm done. Like a good one. Like the real one.
No, but then you start majoring in some bullshit, and you coming home and you be the manager at fucking Radio Shack.
Yep. Yeah, you got to pardon me for not being the biggest.
So we can just kind of wrap this up.
So I get it. I know. We all know that what's going on. I think it's one of the most, it's definitely the college thing it's one of the most like double-edged swords. It's kind of like, I agree with Joe Budden on this. Like, I feel like if I'm going to pay that much, don't give me no like, you're on your own after. We just pay for, no. I need a job after this, bro. Like full-time, like career.
Yeah, because like that's how I grew up. And what they bring up in the video, if you guys haven't seen it, check it out. They bring up in the video, especially in the black community, black parents are just like, yo, I just want you to graduate college. I just want you to go to college. Be the first one sometimes. Yeah. They don't care about how you get there. They don't care about what you're going to major in. They don't care about what you're going to do after. They don't care about what's marketable or not. They just care about, I just want my baby to go to college. I seen something about this, by the way. Like, I forgot who it was, what black like business owner, or it was like a black business owner, I think it was. They asked the same question. He was saying the same thing. He was like, you know, the whole family just wanted me. My mom was like, I want you to be the first. They just wanted me to go just because I needed to be the first person to go to college. Yeah. And he was like, well, you know, you still got some time. Mom, why don't you be the first person to go back to college? Right, yeah. Like, he wanted to swing to her. Like, why I got to be the one to go back? Why you go back? You could be the first person, not me. That's the thing, like, because... Like, switch it around, you know? So because of that, because black people come from parents that don't go to college, then when we go to college and we're the first generations, we're saddled down in all this debt, and we got to take a job at McDonald's to pay back these loans. It's crazy. It's crazy. I got loans. I mean, I still have all that shit, and it's just like, it makes you think, like... But at the same time, what sucks about society is it almost feels like, I mean, unless you go into obviously a creative space, business or whatever, which a lot of people have, it's hard. Like, if you don't have a college career, a college degree, it's like, I don't know if you can, I don't know, man. So how I feel, and this is just my opinion, it sucks. If you're not going into a STEM field, and if you're not going to a legal or medical field, or the educational field, don't go to college. I say unless that college degree that you're taking has a direct path, right? Yeah, like has a absolute direct.
It's
path.
absolute. Like, you're going to be a pharmacist when you're done, and you could go to Rutgers to be a pharmacist. You can go to Rutgers, Newark, or New Brunswick. They have a path to become a pharmacist. Yep. You'll make over 100. You'll make a six-figure salary. If that's a path, okay, fine, do it. And even that, sometimes you have to do the math on, but like. But the good thing about that is I do think a career will pay you over and over. So I think you should if you could. But like, if you're just going to make, I always tell people, they're like, oh, I don't know what to make. I'm like, yo, bro, like, you don't know, bro. You need to stop right now. I was just talking to a young woman about this. She was just like, okay, well, what are you going to tell your kids? Right? Are you going to tell your kids not to go to college? I'm just like, well, no. I'll have money set aside for my kids to go to college. You think you'll have that much? That's a lot. I'm even looking at that now. My kids. I'm planning to have that much, right? I may not. It's a lot, but it's a lot, right? But I'll tell them if would you think it's okay? Sorry, real, but you'll have that. Would you be okay? Say you saved up like $200K, right? Would you be willing to give $100K to one son, $100K? You lost your $200K for them to go to college? Would you want that? Not without a plan. And then you got nothing. Then you maybe got a little $50K on the side. Not without a plan. So you would give most of your savings to them to go to college if I set it if you had a plan. If I set that aside for them to go to college, they would need to have a plan. Okay. They would need to have. I don't care if my kid wanted to go to clown school. They would need to have a plan. They would need to say, Dad, I want to go to school and I want to do this and I want to do this. And when I was having this conversation with this person, they were just like, okay, well, you know, your kid's gonna be 18. What kid has a plan? I'm just like, okay. Well, then if they don't have a plan, guess what? Then they're going to go out here and go to work. Yeah. They're going to get a job. They're going to earn some money until they get a plan. This is one of the things I do agree with you on, man. I don't know if we have to go that. It's as simple as that. Yeah. I don't like people who go to college and they don't know what they're doing, bro. I'm like, you're gonna be you're gonna have big guilt.
That's
or like
that's what I did. Like I went to college, didn't really have a clear plan. I knew I wanted to do music. So no, actually no. I knew I wanted to do music, but I went to school to appease my family.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up flunking because I felt like this was getting in the way, and so I didn't take school seriously. So now I'm stuck with debt.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, I'm kind of flourishing on all my musical prospects.
Yeah, and if you had done that from the beginning, I feel like
exactly. If I had done that, you don't know how many times I've said that sentence. If I had done this from the beginning,
I think that I agree. Like I think one of the best things parents can do if your kid doesn't have an interest in something that is a direct career, pharmacy, whatever's out there, whatever marine bio, whatever the hell kind of careers are out there. If he doesn't have a passion for those things, then whatever it is they have a passion for, just let that flourish.
Yeah,
grow that in them.
Yeah,
and if college doesn't work with that, it doesn't. It's better for their passion to flourish.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, for a long time I was into like film, and stuff when I was much younger. And I sometimes wish that I just kept going, and I think at one point, again, like when you don't see, I was going to school, I couldn't make both things work, and I was just like, all right, let me just focus on careers, on my school, because I didn't know what else to do, because you don't have our parents, like my parents, I don't think I'd be like this as a parent in the future, but our parents like, no, forget that film bullshit you're talking about. But then I look back, I'm like, why? Why did they belittle all the creative work and the artwork over the career stuff? Because people can make good money if you're good in this stuff.
Imagine if we had made this podcast when like YouTube was first coming out,
and we just kept
grinding. Like where would this podcast be?
Yeah,
where would your podcast be right now?
Speaking of that, if you want to sponsor us, hit us up. DM Rap Philosopher at Rap Philosopher Instagram.
Word.
We gotta get better. I gotta get better at Instagram stuff. Anyway, man, I think that's been this episode today, man. Well, hit that like button for Lil Uzi, for us, for Rap Philosophy. Real quick,
ladies and gentlemen, real quick, church announcements. Look, guys, I just dropped a new promo video. Yo, guys, if you need a songwriter, hit me up. I am there. MLSCRIBES. I write hip hop, pop, R&B, rock. Hit me up. I'm a dope artist. I'm not an artist. I'm a writer. I'm a dope writer. You need a dope writer on your songs. Hit me up. We work something out. I can't wait to work. Let's get to work.
Word. That's been this episode of Rap Philosophy. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Peace.
Peace out.